What's up, everybody? It's Forgotten Circus. So you know what time it is and what day it is.
We know.
And Skeleton Crew. Every single episode gets better and better and better. It's amazing. It's a great show. This is the best Star Wars show I've seen in a long time. And I want to see more of it, which is great. So if you hear fireworks going off in the background, yeah, those are my crazy neighbors.
A few moments later, 2,000 years later, one eternity later.
Can we say that the kids in the show, the kids in the show, and even with Jude Law's character, that it just has amazing chemistry. It just works. This show just works. It's a gem, and it's something that they need to actually go forward with. If you want to add this to the Mandalorian universe, which with Ahsoka, I'm pretty sure you're going to try and make everybody forget about the trilogy, you know. But this show is something special. It is. It really is. And then so I'm going to talk about like amazing things that happened in this episode, because I thought this one was going to be a filler episode, but it wasn't. You got to see more of the personality, the people, the characters that you love, more of their inner personality. You know, you got to learn more about people and how stuff works in this universe, which I think this show is bringing out more than any other Star Wars show in the last couple of years, besides Andor, that I've seen. It's amazing. So, so you see that. So in the beginning of the episode, the trap door, which Wim tripped and then went in, you see that part of it, right? And then they come out, and it was basically like, oh, it doesn't kill you. It's not really like a trap like that. It just puts you further out on the planet throughout like piping. It's basically a sewage system they go through. And then you see KB stuff gets corroded. And this KB is so important in this episode. And I love it, because I think she's a phenomenal actress. She's a young actress. She is our Data, or, well, if you know Star Trek, Data, right? She is this universe's Data, and she plays this so perfect. But it's corroded, and you know she's kind of malfunctioning and stuff like that. But she doesn't want to tell anybody, which I thought was. That's the human side of her, and you start to learn stuff about her more, which I appreciate, because it seems like they take every single episode and you start to learn more and more about people. Now, Fern and Neil are still one of those that kind of, we know Neil's got a dope family, very loving family, and Neil sometimes in this episode is the MVP. I love it. All of them to get their chance in this episode, and Bryce Dallas Howard. You're so good at directing. Give her her own movie, please. So, all right, and then we have that part, and then they're kind of arguing, but there's certain, I don't know, but you see Fern really cares for KB. That is her best friend, and she knows that KB has all these things, but she doesn't look at KB like that. This is, oh my gosh, it's like real life watching this show. If life was supposed to be the way it was, you know what I mean?
How is that any different from your life right now?
It's not.
Quote it. But yeah. So we cut back, and then, you know, Jude Law obviously was like, I don't think he was ever trying to hurt Fern at all. I think he just wanted to teach, if you want to do grown-up things, you got to do grown-up things. So, but you have him, and I like when he had all the blings, he had the chains. We had Jude Law and all the chains, he had all the gold and everything. And you know the pirates from the last episode when they came in, because you know he was Captain Silva one time. Yeah, that didn't work out because they already had the planet on lock.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
But then we kind of see, so they've captured John Wood. I'm just gonna say Jude Law because it's too complicated, man. But yeah, we have that part. And then you finally get to see, this was the good part that I really liked. You got to see Gunther, and Gunther ain't playing it, which is you know, Steve Urkel. And then you got to see X-Wings, and the awe on those kids' eyes was amazing because that's the awe that we had when we first saw Star Wars. They just know how to do it. It's like nostalgia bait. It's like, I don't know. It's like when you get Reese's Pieces, right? Somebody gives you one, you're like, you get it. Extra. Can I get half of that one? The awe on their face was so real, like X-Wings. Because they've never seen this type of stuff. It's almost like kids in an aquarium for the first time. Like they've never seen stuff like this, and like, oh, X-Wings and everything. They're trying to be saved. You know what I mean? We're trying to get back to the ship. It was just great. It was just amazing. Oh my God. Please don't let me make this one too long. Yeah, I gotta cut this at like 15 minutes. But that scene was so dope because when I was watching it with him, like, oh, X-Wings. And you felt it. Oh man. And we got to see that X-Wings are so OP. So I don't know if that's Rogue Squadron or one of those. The new because what was the one Gina Carano was supposed to be in? It was Rogue Squadron. No, whatever. But yeah.
Bring her back.
Oh, and then KB says she had the coordinates the whole time, but there's things clicking. So she must have downloaded something when she plugged in, which is cool. And then we had 33 wasn't a really big thing in this episode, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure we got 2 more episodes. See, this is why something like that. I know that you didn't know you had a hit, but next season, if you do a next season before the Mandalorian Grogu, if you can slide it in there, because that's 2026. I don't know. They're going to be cutting it close. But if you incorporate this, it's got to be at least 12. And I'm one of those 10 to 12. It's got to be 12 episodes. You could do, because you're doing, oh my gosh, this show is absolutely amazing.
Is not the hill you want to die on, okay?
You got KB, she's spitting facts on everybody because she's all like kind of wires all, and she's speaking the truth, but I don't think she really means it. So we have the kids kind of split off and they do their own things. So you see Neil go with Fern, right? And then because they're choosing sides, as you see the episode title, if you actually see it. So they're choosing sides. So Neil goes with Fern, and then KB goes with Wim. And their bond that between the two friends that go each in other ways, it becomes amazing. See, it's making them stronger. Sometimes they got to leave. They got to start to learn other people. And I like how, I don't know if I'm getting too far in the weeds, but I really think this show is written from a person that just knows real life. You know, how stuff works. And incorporated it into the show.
I think I might have found something that's actually pretty cool.
Okay, we'll just put it aside.
And Neil is like, they have this whole argument. That's why they split up. And Neil's trying to be like, all right, man, no, we want to get home. Everybody wants to get home. So they go their separate ways. And then now we go back to old Captain Silva, Janana Wood, whatever he wants to call himself, Jude Law. And then he gives them the speech. Because you think they're going to execute him. They said execute him by airlock or whatever. And then, but he's just so slick. I don't know what he's telling you. You don't know with him. I love how mysterious his character is. And I really think that he's going to, that's why him and Fern butt heads, because they both make up stories. And I really think that he's going to be like a father figure to her, because obviously she doesn't have a father figure in her life because her mom, what is it, Farah? Yeah, there's never any mention of dad, and I think that she's looking up to him. But that's another deep rabbit hole theory. I don't know if that'll come to fruition, but if it does, I said it here first.
Okay, well that would be very different.
Exactly. That'd be very different. It would be a thing, Wendy.
And I love how he just plays everybody. He's like Pirate's Code, and he warms up to the one captain of probably one of the lieutenants on the, you should have had your own fleet. Should have done this. He's so smooth, man. If you ever seen AI, the movie AI, wasn't his name Jack in that or whatever? Yeah, he pulled like that character and put it into this universe, which is pretty dope. But, you know, he swindles his way through. But Wolfman Prophecies, old werewolf over there, just ain't feeling it. He's like, dude, this is one last time because he shows him credit. You can get everything you want. He's really good at manipulating people, but not too much of him in this episode. So yeah, so that's when they basically, SM-33, and then Neil, man.
No. He is the best. Great.
He's he's on time with his stuff. He's so innocent, but he makes so much sense. And we find out that this guy is like, I don't know. I think Neil's the MVP, to be honest. I think Neil and KB are in the running. Wim and Fern are pretty good. And then, John with Jude Law is like, you can't really make him. He's the bad guy, good guy. You know what I mean? Eventually, he's going to be a good guy. He's going to have the character arc. But Neil, man, Neil's my dude. So KB and Wim, because she's failing because of the corrosion. And this is the part when they start to feel like we're in this together. We're doing grown up things now. We are kids, but in order to survive, we need to do grown up things. And the maturity of the characters. So he does this whole surgery and everything. And Wim was really good in this when he did the whole and you could see the acting, and it's, oh my gosh, the two, it was believable. And you got to learn about KB and how she feels like she's different because of the accident. I don't know if I'm getting too far in the weeds, or I don't know. Did I miss something? But some accident, so she had to get all the cybernetics and stuff that keeps her alive. That explains why when you seen her mother didn't have all that. So, and then she feels like she's kind of a weirdo because she has that. But Wim kind of tells her like, no, you're not. You're one of us. I don't care. And the whole thing when she shows him how to do it and fixes it, and then all of a sudden she jumps up. This moment was great for me. She jumps up and she's like, "Thank you, Jedi." And there was more charisma to her because it was like that one jolt when she felt human again. I don't know if I'm getting too passionate about this show. This show is so good. Maybe I'm going too far into it, but then people probably watch it from here what I'm saying, and they're like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Maybe. But, so, KB and Wim. And then we finally get the meetup. So the Onyx Cinder seems like it's going to the wrecking yard because they think it's an older ship. There's a kicker in this. They think it's an older ship. So then the kids see it floating up there. So Fern and Neil get on the ship, which is crazy. She's piloting the ship I don't know if she was piloting the ship or whatever, or just holding on, but it was great. And then they run by KB and Wim. And by the way, I think Wim's got the hots for KB. They do make a good couple. They do understand each other. Everybody thinks he's going for Fern. That's more his speed. But yeah. So the ship's going, and it's great special effects, by the way. The special effects are great in the show. I don't understand why they can make. Was this something that you were planning, Disney, Lucasfilm? Because no, you're not that good. You wouldn't do this. This was by accident. It's one of those flip of a coin things, huh? you bet $1 million for a snail to beat a rabbit. Oh, it might be possible. Is it? But anyway. So,
sorry, a bet's a bet.
Yeah, so you have them taking over the ship, or they're kind of fighting and it's in the scrapyard, and then it finally gets to the scrapyard. They go through that whole episode of, and then they get to the ship. They finally get on the ship, and then KB yet again comes through, pressing buttons and everything, plugging in. She's like, I got it, and everybody's looking at her. And then when Fern's like, I gotta hug you. You're my bestie. That was cute, man. This show is great. It's so much fun. And then Wim and Neil, they still cool. They always cool. They were like, yo, we got to do it, showing out in front of the girls and stuff, because they are boos, whatever. But yeah. So KB got all through, and then the Crusher, because they're at like the wrecking yard. starts to catch the ship because they can't fly the ship. They don't know how to fly the ship. But then they get to that button. The 33 said never press that button. So you missed that in the earlier episodes. You thought that like the ship would blow. Nope. It starts blowing up, right? And then you're like, oh my God. No, not the kids. Because they were fighting all this stuff. You know, they were doing their thing. They were trying to fight. And
did they know that's what they were doing when they were doing it?
That thing just got a complete upgrade. That thing went from a 1986 Toyota to a 2026 Bugatti. All in one shot. So that knocked it out to reveal what the Onyx Center actually is. So there must be a story behind that because obviously that captain and the crew have been dead a long time on that planet. So that must be some before technology. See, that's why I like, and then the crab. Oh, let me go back to the crab thing. The creatures they bringing into this, straight amazing. New creatures. Loved it. Loved it. It was like a crab thing. And so, but that Onyx Center, dude. Wait till Jude Law's character sees that. Because I really think he's playing the other pirates. He really does care for the kids and he knows he messed up. He's going to have this arc probably by the last episode and be fully on board, hopefully. But yeah, another great episode. Beautifully shot. Well done. You got the practical effects. You got the miniatures all in one. It's all working. And it looks believable and real. And I don't know. Just a great show. So good. And see how you separated Jude Law's character from the kids, and everybody still held their own, if not better. Only got 2 episodes left, so is it 2? I don't know. Correct me in the comments. But I'm all in. I want more. I want more of the Skeleton Crew. Love the show. But anyway, I talked enough. Let me know what you think about the episode. Let me know what maybe some points that I missed or some scenes that I missed that you want to talk about, and I'll respond to it. So anyway, like, comment, and subscribe, and I want everyone to subscribe, and I do mean everyone.
Everyone!